I don't play Minecraft Survival. Now that may seem like a shocker, since survival mode is kind of the main focus of the game to a lot of players, and I've been playing the game for over a decade, but I don't play it. In fact, the last time I've seriously touched single player survival was years ago. But for me, it's not because I find it boring or because I lose all my stuff all the time, even though I do that a lot. It's more because of three main reasons, and the first one has to do with resources. You see, to me, Minecraft is a way to express creativity, and one of the best ways to do that is through building. For creative mode, this is super easy, barely an inconvenience. But for survival, it's a bit more complicated than that. You need to go to a specific biome, find specific blocks for your builds, hope your tools don't break while mining them, and it's a big hassle that I'd rather not do. In fact, in one world, I literally traveled around 12,000 blocks to find a desert, just for cactus to smelt into green wool. This is why I don't like resource collecting very much. I find it really grindy, and there's nothing really wrong with that. I just don't really like doing it in my opinion. And this is especially bad, because most annoying things in Minecraft can be easily turned off or avoided. If you don't like phantoms, there's a game rule that you can turn which removes them from existence. If you don't like the ability to sleep, then there's also a game rule for that. If you don't like the night in the game, then you can make it always day. If you don't like losing your inventory every time you die, then you can turn keep inventory on. My point is that most things in Minecraft have an antidote. But what's the antidote for resource collecting? Giving myself every block and item in the game from the start without any work required? That seems like cheating, and I know it's only for me in my own world, but I still feel like it's cheating. Should I only give myself blocks and items for free when I absolutely need to? Well, that's complicated. In that case, I'd have to constantly go in creative mode to get my items, then go back in survival. Then I'd probably forget something, go back into creative, then back into survival. As I said, there's no real way to fix this, besides just gathering resources yourself, which I've already explained why I don't enjoy that. Plus, a lot of blocks are really slow to mine, like deep slate. When done right, deep slate looks awesome, but it takes a long time to mine. And since I'm one of those players who don't enjoy having full enchanted netherite in the first 10 minutes of my worlds, I pace myself very slowly and to take time to build up my base before even getting diamond armor. And when you're too slow to even get that, you're too slow to get enchantments, netherite, beacons, etc. I mean, if getting that stuff was my main mission, then I'd do it pretty fast. So fast, in fact, that I'd have netherite and be homeless with no stable food source. This results in hard blocks like deep slate, endstone, obsidian, and others being really annoying to collect. Also, since I like convenience, I often don't have all 5 of my tools in my hotbar. It can only fit 9 slots, so I usually just include an axe, sword, and pickaxe. No shovel or hoe normally. But if I see dirt and I need to mine it, I want to just mine it. I don't want to go in my inventory, put the shovel in my hotbar, switch to it, then mine the dirt. I want to mine the dirt right away. This most commonly causes me to mine things way slower than I normally can. But it frustrates me when I see YouTubers try to mine something like gravel with their fists, get so close to finishing it, then erase all the progress, go in their inventory, get their shovel, switch to it, and mine it all over again. Yeah, I get that it's faster, but it's not convenient. I like to put 7 main things with keybinds into my hotbar: axe, sword, pickaxe, bow, food, blocks, and water. And since my hotbar is normally clogged up by other things I randomly pick up, there can't exactly be a super convenient tool like a shovel just laying around. Plus, I like PvP, so when I join my Minecraft server to PvP for this footage, which is truerandomkit.minehut.gg for Java, truerandomkit.bedrock.minehut.gg for Bedrock, default port 1.21.x, all 9 of my hotbar slots are normally occupied approximately 100% of the time. Normally, there's 2 stacks of blocks and lava in my 9th slot, which brings the total up to 9. So not even in my own PvP server can I get comfortable with shovel hotkeys. That turned from resource collecting into hotbar management. Anyway, on to the second reason why I don't play survival. But first, an honorable mention. You gotta sink time into it. Okay, I know this is true for basically all long-term enjoyable worlds, like my creative worlds, which is why it's an honorable mention. Obviously, I don't want to play what I don't prefer for too much time. I could spend that time making a YouTube video, or playing creative, or playing a different game, or spending time with family. Point is that there are a lot of other things to do with that time. And on this earth with finite time, I don't know if Judgment Day is tomorrow. I gotta use this time the best I can, which will not be spent playing single player survival. The actual second reason why I don't play survival is pointing out the gravity of the situation. Gravity. Do you want to know the very first thing I do when I open up a new creative world? I start to fly. I don't know why I do this, force of habit I guess, but I like doing it. Therefore, I do it every time I open a creative world. And I don't only use flight for that. As I've said before, I like to build. I'm not very good at it compared to others, but I still enjoy it a lot of the time. But in my experience, what makes building so convenient is the flight mechanic. Last time I checked, I can't do that in survival. I gotta stick to the ground because of gravity. Ugh. I know elytras exist and scaffolding, but those are both bad solutions to this. this. Elytras frick up the balancing of travel methods, like minecarts and horses. Also, you need fireworks to launch their momentum. Also, they fly way differently than creative flight. I don't have to explain why elytras do that, but scaffolding is also bad. If you're talking about scaffolding as in building towers, then that's bad because you might have to remove them and waste precious durability and time. And if you're talking about literal scaffolding, if and when you break it, it leaves floating items behind, which looks ugly and doesn't despawn for a while, and they're annoying to pick up in water. So gosh forbid I build something like a tall building or something in survival, because I'm gonna have a real hard time placing blocks that I could easily place with creative flight. Plus, when I actually want to look at my build in survival, I got 4 main choices. The first and most obvious one is to build a big tower, but after you reach the 319 build limit, you can't really move around easily after you construct it, and you might need to break it down. The second option is to get an elytra and fly around, but watch this footage. You see this? I can't even stay in one place for 30 seconds without having to use a firework rocket. And I know slow falling can easily solve this problem, but that's always for a limited time. I want to enjoy the beauty of my world for more time than 4 minutes. The third option is to make a copy of the world, go in it, go in creative mode, and fly around. Now, this is useful for milestones, like days survived or buildings complete, but if you just want to see the progress on a build you're building, it's a bit of a hassle to do this every few minutes. The fourth option is to install mods, but most of the time, those mods aren't for Fabric 1.21.7, or they are needlessly complicated and slow. So that concludes my rant about single player survival. This isn't like my normal videos, so please don't subscribe from it unless you've watched and liked the one that's in the top right corner. But even though I just complained about survival mode for literal minutes straight, I kinda see an appeal to it. Like, yes, you have to sink time into it, but that might add to the reward for playing it, you know? Maybe I'll eventually make an actually consistent forever world, and then I'll spend a year in it, look at my world, and see how far I've come, and be satisfied. Of course, that's only if I dedicate a lot of time to one world, which I'm kinda too busy to do, especially in summer. There's just so many other better options in my opinion than playing survival. Not like other activities like touching whatever this is and staring at the sun, but other activities in Minecraft. I'd rather play creative than survival. I'd rather play servers than survival. I'd rather play mini games than survival. I'd rather play adventure maps than classic survival. I'd rather do a lot of other things that are still in Minecraft than survival. As I said in the intro, I've been playing this game for over a decade. Yes, on and off, but still, I started a long time ago. And over these years, I've learned to love Minecraft and make playing it my literal job. And Minecraft isn't purely survival, it's also creative, multiplayer, minigames, adventure maps, and other things. Minecraft is virtually infinite. Survival might be the most popular area of the game to play, and it might be the thing that Mojang is tryharding updating right now, but for me, it's just one part of this massive picture of a game. Even though I made an entire video just hating on survival, I might play it sometime. And who knows, maybe one day I'll look back at my year-old forever world and see how far I've come in it. Also, a disclaimer, I'm talking about single player survival, not multiplayer, not just being in survival, I mean creating a world in single player with 10 hearts, trying to survive, and being creative. Don't get me wrong, I really like playing this game with friends. People. That's why I play servers so often. The thing I don't dislike, but don't necessarily like, is traditional survival mode. Now that this video is 8 minutes long, I'm gonna say some popular things, like Merbeast, Donald Trump, Disney, Skeppy, Dream, Squid Game Season 3, and the Copper Golem. If you want to watch another video, I've got an entire playlist of videos for you to watch. Anyway, thanks for watching this UIT Minecraft video, Jesus is King, and until next time, Undefeatable Army.